Welcome to the Benny Babbles podcast with me, Geraint Benney. Let me run through everything I got to run through first. Welcome to the Benny Babbles podcast. As I've already said, good morning. Oh, it's a bit of a mess really because my guest is having problems getting into the podcast. So it's live. It's a live show. What can I say? It is. It's a live. Oh, here he is. He's in. He's coming in. Right. I'm gonna wait a moment. He's coming in somewhere. He's he's halfway in. We're almost there. Now Benny's Babbles is a podcast that I'm going to be doing whenever I get a chance to talk to someone. And we're going to see if we got someone in now. Aled, can you hear us?
Hold on a second, I can hear you.
He hasn't sorted out his thing. Oh, right. He's got disconnected. Let me just tell him to try again. It is live TV. It's a podcast and it's live. Anything can go wrong. Log out, log in. Who knows? Anything can happen. It is the first one as well. So if everything's going to go wrong on the first one, then on any one, it might as well be on the first one. So we're going to try again. We're having trouble with his camera. We are. No, you're there.
I'm here.
Are you there?
I can.
Right, you're there, but you're not on camera for some reason.
Oh.
So yeah, it's but if we could do it like this if you want to.
All right, that's fine. If you're happy with that, I'm happy with that.
Say that again.
If you're happy with that, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Do you have any like headphones or anything like that? Because I can hear myself talking back to you, and then it makes you a bit muffled.
Hold on a second.
Benny Babbles podcast. Let me put a warning up at the bottom. May contain strong language and subjects of an adult nature. Yeah. I love this. Yeah, if Alan's happy to talk like this, to him it's just like talking on the phone, and to me it's just like talking to myself. I can see me, so it's better to do it like this than not do it at all. You there, dude?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
2 seconds. He's just plugging himself in. As I was saying just before you came on, it's better to go wrong first, on your first episode, then learn from your mistakes, like I'm all for learning from your mistakes.
Is that better?
That is better. Yeah. No, not really, but I can hear you better.
Okay, hold on.
Right, so because I that's better, yeah. Now, Aled.
Hello.
Promoter extraordinaire.
Well, I wouldn't say that, mate. I'd just say somebody who's sat in his ass at the moment doing nothing.
Well, this is the issue at the moment, and it is the fact that there we are. Let me put us. You can see the background, can you?
Yeah, I can see. I can see you, but you can't see me. I can be bothered naked, yeah.
You could be. Go for it.
Is it because my screen's pointed the wrong way? Maybe.
Yes, it is.
Flip
your screen. Flip the screen. Yeah. Let's try that. Oh, disconnected you. Oh, dear me. Right, come back in. So while he's doing that, we'll flip his screen, and we might actually get to see Aled then. His handsome face needs to be seen. Oh, hang on a minute. Is that him coming back in? Yep, he's coming back in. Oh, come back. Yeah, it looks like it's because the screen was facing the wrong way. So yeah, you can't. I don't think you can be flipping screens while you're live on air. Now, while we're here, I'm going to give you a word from our sponsor. Benny's Babble is sponsored by the Enhancement Project.co.uk app, a full package of enhancement programs designed to aid you on a future of learning and living a happier, more fulfilled life. And as you can see, it's coming up at the bottom there. So if you want to know any more about that, then oh, hang on a minute. No, let me send him another link, because I think while I did that, is he? Hang on a minute. Bear with me a second. We are having technical problems for some reason. We've got a comment. Who's the comment from? Owain. Thank you, Owain. Hey dude. Hey dude to you too. We seem to be having technical issues with Aled. We'll wait for him here in a moment. He says that he's there, and but for some reason, he can't get back in for some reason. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wrap it on for a bit, if that's okay with you. You know, there's 5 of you watching. Hello. There's a few on YouTube, and there's a few on Facebook as well. Welcome to Benny's Babbles, a new podcast where I speak to guests, I speak to myself, and I speak to you guys. So if you guys got anything to ask me, then please feel free to ask on Facebook, or if you're watching on YouTube, just comment in the comment section, and it should come up on my wall here. I'm just waiting for Aled to come back in. I don't know what where he's gone, but he's disappeared, and I think he's going to try and come in on his computer instead. I hope he is anyway. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with me for the next, well, I don't know, half hour at least, or 20 minutes. I'll do it till 1:30 if he doesn't come back by then. Then if you can't get him in, can't get him in. Come here. Oh, dear me. Let's have a look to see if right. No, I didn't. Right, I haven't banned him, so there's no banning. So he's not banned. So obviously he's just having a bit of problem with his phone. He is. So he's going to try and come back in another way. So yeah. So what I was saying is, Benny's Babbles. The idea of it is, I get guests on, and I speak to them. Simple as that, really. It's not a new idea. I know other people do it, but I thought, hey, I like talking to people. I love finding out new information. I love talking about new stuff that I don't know about, because when I find out about it, then I'll know about it. And if I can share it with you guys, then all the better. Now, I do 2 other podcasts. I've done one 8 o'clock this evening with Craig D. Wright, which is called the Enhancement Project TV. You can look for that. If you look for the Enhancement Project app, he's going to the app. So, cool. We've got an app that, let me see again. I did have got something. Yeah, it's going across to the bottom of the screen there. Benny Babbles is sponsored by the enhancementproject.co.uk app, full package of enhancement programs designed to aid you on a future of learning and living a happier, more fulfilled life. It's like having a life coach in your pocket, really. That's what it's about. So I do that podcast at 8 o'clock. And then on a Saturday morning, I do a podcast called Something for the Weekend with Benny and Egg. And basically what that is it's nonsense. Me and Egg, we speak nonsense for 2 hours, and we get you guys to join in as well. That gets broadcast on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So, choose where you want to watch. Now, Aled is on his way. He's just getting his laptop, he said. So give me 2 minutes. So as I said, this is live broadcast. anything can go wrong, and usually it does, especially on the first broadcast. But when Aled finally gets back into the studio and we can see his face and everything, we can have a really nice conversation. I got loads of things I want to ask him. He's lived a really interesting life, and he's quite modest, really. As I said just now to him that he's a music and event promoter extraordinaire, and he's like, no, me. But he really is a really nice guy, and he's lived an interesting life. And I met him, I think it was about 8 years ago now, and he booked me at he was putting on a comedy gig, and he booked me and the Undertakers, Elvis Presley and the Undertakers, as the headline act. He'd never seen us before. It had all gone off the word of a fellow comedian called Paul James. Paul had told him about us. He booked us, and luckily it went down a storm. It did, and me and Al had been friends ever since, and he's taken me to some really interesting places with his bookings, because he's booked loads of stuff for us, and he's also booked stuff for my other band as well, Infinite Space Theory, psychedelic prog rock, and go look for Elvis Presley and the Undertakers. We're on Facebook and we're on YouTube somewhere, and we don't do so much work now, but also look for Infinite Space Theory as well. Some really good stuff on, I think it's Bandcamp. We just released a new album, so go on there. You can buy it or donate anyway. Right, Aled is still waiting to come on. I think he's charging his laptop up. Let's have a look what else I wanted to say. I've got a couple of more. Oh, I'm back on Tuesday, I believe it's about 9:30 in the evening, with Chris Davis. Now, if you don't know who Chris Davis is, then that's okay. It doesn't matter, because you're going to find out on Tuesday who Chris Davis is. Chris is a good friend of mine, and he was one of the Undertakers in Elvis Presley and the Undertakers. And if it hadn't been for Chris and Egg, I would have given up at one point. But they persuaded me to give it another go, and we got another couple of years out of Elvis and the Undertakers out of that. And me and Chris have been friends ever since. And again, a guy that's lived a really, really interesting life. And especially he is a musical genius, and he says he isn't, but honestly, if I wouldn't have any other keyboard player in my band, really. He's an amazing player, and we work really well together. So I'm gonna have him coming on the show on Tuesday. Let me just one moment, just to let him know that we are still here waiting for him, and he is writing back to us. So so there's another episode on Tuesday as well, and I've also got Justin Bynan as a guest as well, another good friend of mine. Again, we've been in bands together, and I'm talking to my mates. And there's a young gentleman called Charlie Batt. I'm going to be having him on as a guest as well. Now, Charlie runs a company called White Collar Boxing Wales, and what they do, they put on white collar boxing events. I've been working with Charlie now for just over a year. There we are. His router is broken now, and so everything's going wrong for him. He's just rebooted it all, and we'll all go for it. Yeah, so I was saying about Charlie. I've been working with Charlie now for the last year. So all he raises money for charity Mind in Merthyr Tydfil, and he works really, really hard at what he's done, and he's overcome a lot of mental health issues himself. And it's going to be really good having him on the podcast and talking about his story because that's what this is about talking to people about their stories. I want to find out about my guests. This isn't about me, this is about my guests. If you've got an interesting story, if you've overcome something, if you've achieved something really big lately, if you've written a book, if you've got a podcast yourself and you want to promote it, then get in touch with me. I'm more than happy to look and talk to as many people as I can. This is what Benny's Babble is all about. Because as you can see, I like babbling. I like talking. Whether anyone's talking to me or not, let me just reposition myself. Moment. That wasn't a very pretty sight. Now, as you may or not see, I have a t-shirt on here called Higher Primate. Now, this is from a gentleman called Joe Rogan. If you're a regular podcast listener, you've probably listened to a Joe Rogan podcast. They're absolutely amazing. And he's one of my inspirations for doing this, really. I listen to him quite often, and he gets some really interesting guests on. And I was thinking, I've done radio for years. Why not do a podcast? And I'm, as my friends will tell you, my taste in music isn't the best in the world. So everyone used to always choose my music when I was on the radio, because I was just happy just talking. Music was just something that I had to play now and again. So having a podcast is perfect for me, really. And I watch loads myself. As I was saying, I watched Joe Rogan, and I thought, well, if Joe can have a go, then so can I. So here I am with Benny's Babbles. And we're still waiting for Alid to come in. This is like being on QVC, this, isn't it? When you're trying to sell something that, see this remote control here? See this remote control here? Yeah. It got many buttons on it. Many buttons. Some of them to change colours. Some of them to, it is, like I said, it's like QVC. I could get a job on QVC. If there's anyone from QVC out there watching now, I'm your man. Look, I'll tell you what this is though. As you can see behind me, I got some LED lights, and so I can change the mood as it goes. I know I'm a grown man, and I'm sitting in my living room with fairy lights around me. I know how sad it is. I know how sad it looks. and do you know what? I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm having fun. And that's what it's about. That's what life's about. We're all in a lockdown. And we're all stuck in doing things that, well, just looking for things to do, really. And I thought this is a perfect time to start a podcast because, one, I got a captive audience because all you guys are out there and you just sitting at home doing nothing, watching the same things on Netflix, and you probably watched all the decent stuff by now. So you're looking for something else to watch. So why not watch me? I'll start my podcast when my guest arrives. I'm gonna rib him. Oh, here he is. Hang on. Banger. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My guest. Now he's got no sound now. Oh, this is hysterical. He's got he's got no sound. He's bound to have sound on his laptop. All laptops got a built-in mic. There's bound to be a built. Have you got your headphones that you can plug into the side, your phone ones, because you'll have a microphone on that. Oh. Oh, this has been a comedy of errors. Honestly, Norman Wisdom couldn't do a podcast as good as this. He really couldn't. Hey, I'll give you another shout out, Owain. Hey, dude. Right, let me retract that up here. Just a warning, may contain strong language and subjects of an adult nature when we finally get round to actually doing the podcast itself. So first of all, his camera wasn't working. And then he came back. Camera still wasn't working, but we had voice. And then we tried to flip things around. And we're going to try on there now. We're going to try this. Oh, please work. Please work. I still can't hear you. No, no, no. Is your camera, is your voice thing muted? Have a check. You might not have your mic on, see, that's all. Just go to the settings and have a look. I've done this, don't worry. Easily enough done. Oh. Well, I tell you, I know there's one thing you haven't been doing since being in the lockdown, and that's learning technical things. Should we do it through sign language? Because oh, this is hysterical. This is just brilliant. Oh, hang on, I got a thought. I've got a microphone with a little jack. You can go. Oh, no, yes, no. No, I'm checking now that this isn't me again. Can we talk again? Say again. No, it's not. I thought it was me then, because this happened to me yesterday as well. The way I was actually, yeah. Owain has just commented, "You couldn't write this stuff." You're right. You couldn't write this stuff. This is a total comedy event. Right? Do you know when you have you got your phone as well, by there? Right. Try and log on back on that as well when you do it, so you can stay by there because I can. You can hear me. I know I can't hear you, but I can. You can talk. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I. Yeah. So try and log on back on your phone with there, and then we'll have you in three places then. And then we just have a look at. But I'm sure your camera is going to come back on this time. I've never. That's a new one on me. That is. I've been testing this out all week, and I've had microphones fail on me, but I haven't had a camera fail on me yet. But we'll see now. But yeah, I was just telling the folks while you were running around, Aled, about how wonderful you are and how we met. Yeah, we both bald. That's the main. See, all bald blokes are cool. Like solar panels for sex machines. That's what we. And we'd. I was explaining to him that. We know each other because you booked me as Elvis. Yeah, no, let me try you this side. No, still, we tried the mute button, and he's having terrible trouble. Why? No, see, there was something then. When you touched something then, I heard... Oh. And there you are.
Am I here?
You are, yeah. So have a potch with that by there, and it's just a loose connection, it is.
Fucking bastard. Sorry.
No, you can swear. Just bring your mic up a little bit closer to your mouth if you can, and then you'll be fine then. Yeah, that's better.
How are you? Sorry about this. It's a bit of a fuck up my side.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. We tested it yesterday, and it worked fine.
I know.
But hey, this is live. This is live broadcasting for you. It's proved that the name of the show is quite apt, really, because I've just babbled really for 25 minutes.
You're very, very good at babbling.
I'm very good at babbling.
How are you? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm good. It's well, we're in a position of being locked in, so I've improvised and I've thought, well, why not start a podcast?
Genius, and doing a very good job as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, you're very
Your first
kind.
guest is a total prick.
This what?
Your first guest is a total prick.
Well, we always say I was like, right, I got everything in place now. I said, so look, no, have we got everything right? Yeah, everything's going, everything's broadcasting. People, we've just had a message in as well. Do you know this?
Oh,
Typical.
Tina is my business partner in Big Day Productions.
So she's used to you messing up then.
I'm actually immune to her, so you know.
We have liftoff. Thank you, Emma Bumford. Thank you for tuning in.
Tina cleans up the shit after this, so she does a good job.
Yeah, thank you for keeping tuned in, everyone. Right then, so Aled, I was telling him earlier that you are a music promoter, really, an event and music promoter, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I'm somebody put shows on, and that's what I do.
And that's what you do, yeah, and you do, and you do it extremely well as well. Now, how long have you been? How long have you been in the business?
About 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
Oh, you were young starting then.
I started at the age of 20, putting shoot me bastard. Started at the age of 20, putting like local bands on, and got hooked basically, and just carried on and on and on and on and on.
Cool. So what
Lost a fortune.
I was well, I was going to say too. So you've been doing it 30 years, and so why put yourself through it for 30 years? What keeps you? What keeps it fresh for you? Because I know you. I've known you 8 years now, and every 8 year for 8 years I've heard you say, "Oh yeah, it's my last year now. I'm gonna give it up."
It's been like that since 1987, so don't worry about it. It's just basically, I love it. I love it. It's in my blood. I love it, and there's nothing more else I can say. It's just something I absolutely adore doing.
And well, no, it's plain to see as well, because the amount of effort you actually put into a gig. I go to lots of gigs.
It's teamwork, mate. It's teamwork.
Oh yeah, but I know, but it's still, as Big Day Productions, it's not just you're not just getting like you said, it is teamwork. It's not just you as a promoter. There's a team of you, and it's. I've done gigs with you, and we turned up. I remember one. Where was it? Britain Ferry.
We've done many gigs together.
We have, yeah, and
many chaotic nights.
Many chaotic nights.
Actually, you've done shows in pubs, clubs, theatres, festivals.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, even Britain's Got Talent. Do you remember that?
Oh, in Swansea. Yeah. I mean, you're going down to Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, they didn't take us.
That's a long time ago.
They were probably what then? What? A guy turns up and sings "This Is a Sisters" to him, dressed as Elvis with no hair.
Don't forget that Christmas singles.
And the Christmas single as well, yeah.
Maybe a charity single.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Christmas single, yeah.
Remember the film work, TV film work?
Yes.
Yeah,
no,
you have that cafe in there to tell somebody to fuck off.
Oh no, that was quality. Now, what Ali's talking about there is, it would have been about 5 years ago, 6 years, no, 6 years ago now. Alid was managing Elvis at the time, and through his connections, he got a friend of his in involved in S4C called Catherine, and they managed to blag me. They managed to blag me a pilot TV show called Elvis Our Band, which basically the premise was Elvis Presley, the character that I play. He owned a cafe, and famous people used to pop in and out and get interviewed with him.
He took over a burger bar in the uplands of Swansea from about 2 o'clock in the afternoon till about 2 o'clock in the morning. We had
I-
go-go dancers. We had like cheerleaders, a full band. The Elvis band was there.
yeah, yeah.
I was, where was I? The
You were the
burger.
chef.
Yeah, I can't remember my name now,
Was
but
it
I was
Die?
no, the, I can't remember. It's a long time ago, but it's great memories. Fantastic night.
Oh, honestly, it was surreal. It was surreal. Do you know what? It was surreal. Looking back at it now, it's like, did that really happen, or did I just think about it?
Even the burger place, Apple's Diner, wasn't it? Remember Apple's
Yeah, the
Diner?
Uplands Diner is still
Even the lights
there.
of Apple's Diner created all these burgers, and they had
Yeah,
like in
that's
the
right.
bar there
They
was
give us loads
burgers
of
everywhere.
yeah. It was an amazing, even though nothing came of it. Honestly, the experience. I can imagine he went to S4C's desk of the
Oh, what the fuck is
producer,
it?
and they were like, "What the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
We can't do this. They've got go-go dancers. We got a guy in an Elvis suit that's wearing no pants. Clearly, he's got a rock band that yeah, it was bizarre. It
Yeah,
was bizarre.
Catherine,
Maybe
Catherine
one day
Rowland,
we'll get to
she worked
release
that,
that.
did she? Catherine really worked that, Catherine Rowland.
Oh,
She
she's
fixed
and
it.
yeah, there's lots of
She was
things
a
on
lover
telly.
of the old, of the King Burger King. Loved it.
Yeah, yeah, and I still speak to Catherine these days, and I'm hoping if they have a shuffle round, have a clean up at S4C, that they're going to come across this DVD and go,
And
"What's this?"
you,
And they
you,
check
you,
it
inter-
in.
you interviewed Miss Wales,
I did, I did.
Sarah.
Ah,
Yeah,
Sarah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
I know.
It was bonkers though. It was bonkers because it was quite rude.
Yeah, it was very, it was like, it's like a mixture of Benny Hill.
And Carry On.
Yeah, it was with a bit of like real abusive like language. So they did. No,
Suggestive. It was very. It was Frankie Howard and Benny Hill crossed. Really.
yeah, crossed with I don't know, something modern. But no, it was fantastic. Really, really enjoyed it.
It was a. You know, I'd forgotten. I'd forgotten about.
And we done a bit of a follow up in your cafe you had in Aberdeen, remember?
Yeah, 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 yeah. We done some videos down there. Some
It was like it was something to do with somebody getting into your burger bar, killing all the people in there.
yeah, yeah. Just a sketch. It was just an
Yeah,
Elvis. Yeah,
yeah.
a sketch.
It
Somebody
was
coming to my.
it was
Yeah, that
wrong in
was
so many
bizarre.
ways, but it worked so well.
Well, you know, you know my life. It's bizarre,
Yeah,
and if you've got a bit of a bizarre life, then you meet bizarre people.
I know. But that's why we get on so well because our lives are
No,
so bizarre.
it is.
And it's just like
Nothing I don't think anything phases us really
it's like
anymore. I
two
think
spinning tops bouncing off each other. It's it's thoroughly enjoyable. But no, you're a bit of a hero to me, as you know.
you to me, dude, as well. Honestly, I do look up to you, and it's you meet these people in your life that, yeah, like I said, you click with them straight away,
Oh yeah,
and
I
it's like,
remember
yeah,
the
I
we
like
done a
this
show.
guy.
Remember, you turned up and did the you had a bit of a bit of a blip in your life and things happened to you, but then you done a show for us.
Yeah, yeah,
The
in
City
Pontardawe.
Cabaret Club in
We, that's,
Pontardawe,
yeah, the thing is
and
that
you
I was,
just came on stage and you were like, hey, "What the fuck is this?" Absolute hero, amazing. Everything about it was just quality.
that was a very bizarre gig, really. As you said, I went through something
Yeah,
in my life, and sort of that was, I put my life on hold for a while, but that was my first sort of gig back. And you'd never seen this before. It was all off
no,
the word of
I'm
Paul.
thinking,
Paul.
I'm sat just thinking, do I get into it? Like, I don't understand it.
I don't understand.
It, it. It's very similar also to this other band you were in recently. The one you were like an angel. What were they called?
Infinite Space Series. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
still I'm still a member. I'm just having a hiatus for now. Well, we're all having a hiatus, unfortunately. But
I remember asking people in the crowd, saying, "Do you like them?" They were like, "Yeah, I can't fucking tell you. I don't know." I said, "What's wrong?" No, I like them, but I don't think I do. It's the most insane,
yeah,
crazy.
Well,
You made Hurtwood look like bloody Wham. It was just insane.
well, that's the kind of thing. Like Elvis all started. Oh God, way back in, I think it was 2006. He started, and it all was a bit of came as a joke. I used to go out on a Wednesday night, and we all used to meet up in the Black Lion in town because it was a karaoke bar, and we used to go there. And every week I used to sing Elvis. And then one week somebody said to me, "Oh, for God's sake, stop singing Elvis. You sing Elvis every bloody week." So what I did, I sang the stereophonics version of Handbags and Glad Rags, but I'd done it in the form of Elvis. And it just cracked everyone up. And Elvis was born from there. Me and my mate started it. And
what's one of the most famous things that Elvis Presley is famous for? The only man to be banned from the Portugal Elvis Festival.
yeah, well, yes. Well, the week after we done that, we started Elvis. We decided, we'll go down because we were like, hang on, Elvis weekends next. Should we go down there and make a video? So that's what we did. We went down there. We flash mobbed it. Really, just turned up, and then they loved us on the day. They thought it was great. They really thought the concept was great until I'd done that video of me pointing to a burger.
Didn't Elvis's cousin hate you?
Yeah, well, Elvis's cousin was there, and we were talking to him, and he was fine. He thought it was great. He said,
Elvis' cousin is dressed like Elvis.
Yeah. If you go to Elvis Presley, just look for Elvis Presley on YouTube. Anyone that's watching, if you want to see, and it'll be Elvis sings Elvis in Puthcall, or Elvis sings Sisters or something like that. And there's a couple of videos on there, but you can see it there. But in one of the videos, I point to a burger. And somebody took offence to that, the fact that I was pointing at a burger, and I was like, well, I don't understand why. I said Elvis liked burgers. I know he died. He didn't die because he ate burgers. He died because he had an unhealthy lifestyle. That's right. I didn't point at a toilet. Well, I have since, because I've gone overboard since, obviously, as you know. And yeah, they took offence to it, and it was a lot. It was a lot of the Elvis impersonators. It was itself.
I should have taken offence one year. You said, come up now, come up. We're doing a video for the Christmas single. Yeah, I'll come up. I'll see what it's all about. No worries. Drive to Aberdeen. There we are. All great. Turn up. You got a fucking Christmas tree costume for me. Me. As you know, I'm a fucking victim elder, and I was miserable bastard. Right?
But that's what's the funniest thing about it.
I ended up being a fucking Christmas tree in your Christmas video.
Yeah, and it's brilliant. It is brilliant. It's brilliant. I honestly, that was the best part of it.
Trimming his bush, remember? Trimming
trimming your tree. Trimming your tree. It's surprising how unkept it gets, or something like other words are. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've had some really mad gigs together. Fair play. Yeah, it's
a bit quiet my side at the moment. I'm as the rest of the world are.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to get onto with next now. Is it's obviously it's affecting you and the whole music industry all together, but it's scary to think how we move on from here. Like,
yeah, at the moment, nobody knows. We can work. We can think, it's going to come back here. It's going to come back there. So basically, what we've done, we had shows starting in February, running through the start of the year fully.
Yeah.
So we've had to move those shows now from February, March, and April to June to September onwards, basically, to be safe. But then again, some of the agents in the States are getting worried again. So what they're doing is we're moving the dates now from March to September.
Yeah.
And now they're moving September till October 2021. There's a massive fear in the industry at the moment that there's nothing going to happen this year. I'm pretty confident for September onwards. A couple of reasons why. Mainly because start of October they're doing the London Marathon again.
Yeah.
So you can sort of judge parts of it. But then it's just a cost factor for a promoter. because I can move a show every day of the week. It doesn't cost a penny.
Yeah.
People start refunding tickets, and people don't see that. Let's say that the hotels are booked for the artist at the start of the year probably come to £5 grand.
Yeah.
So then that's something I've got to take hit on. So then book them again, same hotels. It's tough for everybody at the moment, but I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. But
It's
it's fucking boring.
yeah, it's quite far away.
Yeah,
Because
it's a tough one, but it's nice to have the break from doing shows out all the time, doing shows. It's nice to be in the house. I've got a little routine going now. Get up at 6 o'clock in the morning when the dog wakes me up, take him for a walk, come home, watch Minder. Have a nap for an hour, take a dog for a walk, come home, 9 o'clock, have some breakfast, sit down and watch ID High, maybe Meditation Circles, all the 70s, 80s stuff. Take the dog for a walk again. At that stage, the dog starts to get pissed off. He's like,
stop taking me out now.
this is 3 hours. Like, 3 hours. What are you doing to me? So I come back in, have a bit of a nap, do the dishes, wait for my guaranteed Amazon daily delivery to come. I'm doing shit on Amazon. I bought everything from carpets and blenders, and so the Amazon man is like, I'll be with you at 2 o'clock. I know him. I know the Amazon man. Like he's my best mate. He's gone for a walk, and before I know it, it's 5 o'clock.
I know. I know what it's like. I myself. I'm trying to keep as busy as I can. I got this. We launched a new business. Me, and my mate, called the the Enhancement Project. It's an app basically. I'll show you. It's an app basically where
Sell it.
it's a. Where's the camera? By the. It's a life enhancement app. So it's like having a life coach in your pocket, basically. So it's got loads of stuff in there, and it sponsors the show as well. So that's good. So that's keeping me busy. We weren't supposed to be launching it till the summer, really. We wanted to have everything in place. We wanted to make sure it was passed on Android and Apple, and so everything. Yeah. But with the lockdown, we've been forced into, oh well, we might as well do it now. So, and it's given us time to iron out some, little things. But it's a really great little app. $9.99 a month, folks. That's all it is. Life coach in your pocket.
I'm on it. I will have it tonight.
Only on Android, though.
Can I have a bit of a rant?
Yeah, of course you can.
Right. God bless the NHS. The NHS is fantastic, right? Around this area now, there's all the rugby clubs and football clubs have been generating, getting funds for the NHS by doing T-shirts and, thanks to the NHS. This rugby club tonight have come back with an intellectual properties and refused everybody the use of the Maltese cross.
No way.
Yeah, everybody. And I absolutely adore this rugby club. I'm an avid follower. But it's just like, they've actually stopped people using it to generate money for the NHS.
Oh, well, that's a bad move on their point there.
You can't have worse press coverage than actually release a statement online to say, we're not letting people use it due to our intellectual properties and we own it. So
they don't really own the Maltese cross, though, do they? Come on, they can't own the Maltese cross. I know
they own the Maltese cross in its specific
in our brand. I know, but it's that's well, I think that's a bit of a dick move, really.
Oh, terrible.
On their part, it is a dick move, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had my little bitch, so I'm all right. I'm content now. Thank you for that. I've had my little bitch.
So, has there been anyone that you want to book, and you've been after them for a long time, and you're like, and they're in your grasp, or somebody that you've always wanted to book, and it's like, oh, I'd love to have them, but like, no, they're out of your league or whatever.
Well, at the moment, since I've been a kid, this is quite bizarre. I've loved the Christian rock band Striper.
Right.
I've loved them since the early 80s. Don't ask me why. Loads of people did. But they're still going. But to bring them over to the UK, we've had to pay something like 40,000 euro.
Ooh.
And then it's a case of chickens that have to be like 500 quid to make it work. That's one band. Twisted Sister, another one I'd love to bring over.
Twisted Sister.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
And Venom.
I know.
She chops it again. Yeah, I'm quite lucky at the moment because I work with bands which I've been fans for years since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I tell you, like people like Jet Tape and Queensrÿche and people like that, but I still get very starstruck with them.
Yeah.
It's a strange feeling because I've done shows with some of them 5, 6, 7 times. They're friends, but I still get that little bit of
No, I know a little story that we knew spoke about one day that you, especially if they're single artists that you work with, that you put them up you used to put them up in your house.
Yeah.
Instead of putting them in a hotel that you and you cook them breakfast in the morning and.
Because you got to remember when a lot of these artists tour and they come over doing acoustic shows, every single day of the year they sit in hotels. It's boring for them. So I say like, guys, jump in the house. I'm not saying which artist it is, but one of them takes like dog for a walk over the park because he's got in LA. He's got his own Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
He comes in here, loves it, sits down, watches TV, has a cup of tea with me, takes his dog over the park. And it's like people ring me then and saying, I'm sure I've seen whatever. Yeah, into the park with your fucking dog. It's so surreal. Yeah, no, I just think that it's tough for bands. As you know, nowadays there's no money in wrestling. There's no money at all.
No, there's not. That's why I do wrestling now.
Yeah, all the revenue now is touring. I was speaking to an artist from LA. I won't say who he is. He's quite famous from the 80s. I spoke to him on the phone last week. He's currently losing his house. And the only revenue he's got coming in, he busks in lower LA in the night to get money for his family and his kids.
Mad.
Yeah, and it's a guy like they should play like Donington and all these the massive local centres and 3,000 cap tours. And at the moment, because we are so lucky, I know they bear us and stuff, but we're so lucky in the UK with, furlough, NHS.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Everything.
No, we are.
It's like, get on with it. You're fucked.
Yeah, it is, and that's always been a worry. It's we are lucky and we take advantage of it as well, and we don't really. It's like you don't know you got it until it's taken away from you, really. And so, but all they got to do is look over the water and look at America, and see how people are over there. They can't, if you got a serious illness, then if you ain't got no money, you're fucked.
Yeah, I know. You're dead. People can't afford to live.
Yeah.
It's a terrible situation to be in.
It really, really is. Like.
And that's why, because when a lot of these artists come over here, if they have an accident over there, and we take them to the hospital, they're like, well, how much? And I'm like, nothing.
Yeah.
It's free. It's free, yeah. Like, there's a guitarist who tore part of his finger off before. Took him to the hospital, he had the operation, done everything. He said, in the States, that would have cost him probably $20,000. Hello, it's nothing.
It's mad, isn't it?
So we are a lot luckier than it grips my piss sometimes the people having to go this country and the way it is.
Well, I think we've come to a position where everyone just expects everything, but you don't have to work for things anymore.
Yeah.
And it's there's I'm an entitlement, and it's like, no, you didn't win 2 world wars. No, you didn't. You haven't done anything, mate.
It's expected in this country at the moment.
It is, and
You've got to. I'm a big advocate of you've got to deserve it to get it. So it's I can't explain it.
Well, it's
I
about
don't
working
get it.
hard. It is, isn't it? It's about having a bit of self
Yeah,
worth. Because what I'm doing now with this new project, that's what it's all about. It's trying to give people some self worth, and it's if you don't do it yourself,
yeah,
if you don't go out and try and better yourself, then you'll just stay as you are. But we expect the state and things like that to just give us things,
yeah.
and luckily we get it. All
I
right,
know.
there's holes in it, huge holes in it, and there's lots of things that they don't do right. But at the heart of it, it is a system that is good for us. It just needs tinkering out for the modern age.
What went through my mind this morning? I was sat down watching TV and stuff, and I thought, Jesus, what happens if this happened pre-internet?
Oh
What,
God,
what would we do?
honestly.
We'd
Well,
have
I know what you'll be
TV
doing.
channels.
I know what you'll be doing.
What?
Watching Minder, watching
Yeah,
Bullseye.
yeah. No, it's something to think. It just I just thought like, what happens if we didn't have all the internet and stuff, and how would
Well,
we cope?
honestly, I'm surprised because with everyone being at home and everything, I know they put in up all these 5G masts. They've said to help it because they're going to be not, it'll take the strain off the system and everything.
Yeah,
But yeah, like in the date in the morning. Now this broadcast tonight is clear. Now I'd done a broadcast yesterday morning, and even the playback is a bit fuzzy. It's because the internet signal is terrible in the data because everyone's at home.
yeah,
Imagine if it goes down.
yeah. It's
What would
surprised
they
how the
do?
internet.
They wouldn't have Netflix. They wouldn't have YouTube. They wouldn't have internet. They wouldn't have Pornhub.
We,
They wouldn't have
I wouldn't be able to watch Afterlife.
exactly like. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, we're lucky, really. We
There
got all
wouldn't be
these
a
things.
Wi-Fi. Oh my god, I can't think of that.
It's
Yeah,
what?
we are very blessed and very lucky with what we've got at the moment.
Oh, we are. If for something that's good, yeah. There's like I've adapted. It's like, well, I can't work. I
Yeah,
can't go out and do what I do. So what do I do? Right, I'll do it. I'll do it from home. Okay, I don't get paid for it, but if I get good, I get a Patreon.
things grow, don't they?
It is, and that's what it's about. You've got to adapt to your surroundings, and it's not expecting the government now to go right. Okay, because I've had no work now for 2 months.
Yeah,
I've had no work for 2 months, and that means I've not been paid for 2 months. And I've had to go in and sign on,
yeah.
and I get £90. Was it £90 a fortnight? I think it is, or a week or something like that. But I think it's like just under £400 a month I get. That doesn't even cover my bills without me
No, I know.
eating.
It's quite lucky because you can get your mortgage breaks and stuff at the moment. So
Yeah,
hopefully
which has
that
been
does
great,
work.
and I'll be honest, I've got I keep phoning them, but everyone's trying to get through to them. I go sort my car out. I've only had it a month. I had 2 weeks before the lockdown happened, and it's like as I got to phone them now and say, excuse me, but can I
Yeah,
defer on some
I
payments?
think everybody, because it's not a case of it's only specific people, because the whole
Yeah,
world is
yeah,
involved in it.
the whole world, and,
I've
it's
never ever seen anything like this in my entire time. It's the first week of lockdown.
yeah.
I was actually thinking, fuck, can I go outside? Am I, can am I going to catch this just going outside the door? And
Yeah,
you just learn, don't you, how to, and
but we'd adapt into it.
yeah. At the moment, what I can see happening is if it, I totally agree with the lockdown, right? 100%. It's the only way you can do it. But I can see people starting to break it and get bored.
Well, yeah, they are getting bored, and people that need to go to work want to go to work.
Yeah, I know. I think they should open the shops, limited shops, within a couple of weeks' time. As
Yeah.
long as you can do your social distancing, get the covers in, just get people a tiny bit of normality back. And it will stop then the people trying to break the rules because they can, go for a walk. In like my area in Leith now, they've closed all the parks. Swansea parks are open, Leith parks are closed. So everybody's on the roads walking. So it's a case of,
Really, as long as I live right by Aberdeen Country Park. Now that first 2 weeks, I thought, right, I'll like my son lives with me, and he'd gone for a walk in the morning with his girlfriend because she lives here as well at the moment. Because when the lockdown happened, she was here, so we're all here together. And I've never, ever. I walk the country park on a regular basis. That's why I moved to you. It's bonkers, Aled. It is absolutely bonkers. They've had to shut the road halfway now because people, the amount of cars, the main car park was full every day with cars up the side of the roads, up the bank, on the side of the bank, and I was like, you shouldn't drive to. You don't need to drive to your location of exercise.
I read in the paper actually they stopped a guy from London driving to Snowdon.
Yeah.
To go walking, and a guy from Cambridge drove down to Pembroke to pick up a caravan boat. So I'm thinking, it's just stupid, is it?
It doesn't apply to me, or there's nobody out. I'll be okay. It doesn't apply to me. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Fine. I haven't got it, so I'll be fine.
It is because I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I've had to go places to get things and things that, but otherwise I'm here. I'm in the house all day really, but I've got to go shopping, and your mother needs something, right? So I'll take you down to put outside the front door. But I haven't been in to see my mother. I've seen her, how are you? And it's the same with my dad. I talk to him through, Facebook and give him a call and things like that. But people are I can understand. They're getting touchy now.
Yeah. What I like to see as well is a lot of the shops, your butchers, your greengrocers have all started a delivery service.
Yeah, I had a meat delivery last week.
They've generated more customers again. There's a butcher in Leith now. It's so difficult to get a delivery slot to them.
I can imagine.
He's doing a service, which is fantastic.
No, that's one thing I'm liking out of all this is there seems to be a community spirit coming back.
Yeah.
Neighbours are talking to each other, and you go out on a Thursday night and do your clap, and you see your neighbours and things like that, and it's kind of, there is a community spirit that sort of, oh well, we are all in this together. There's a few that
as well. I walk the dog at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. I see the milkman regular, and I'm talking to him, and he's like, Jesus Christ, you won't fucking believe. He said, it's like 1985 all over again. He said, I am so busy, I've had to go and buy another van.
No way.
Yeah, milk they deliver everything now.
Well, I'm glad. It's because using utilities like that, it just shows who are the ones that are important. It's the small little businesses that are keeping a lot of. Because it's mostly the older generation that are using these because they haven't got computers to go bloody Tesco's or things like that. So I that is good to see. Local businesses, sort of people utilizing them.
In the first week of lockdown, I thought, right, I'll be clever now. I'll order something from Tesco's. Tesco delivery. Yeah, I'll do this now. They deliver me tomorrow morning. Put the Tesco delivery in 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. And how does for the first week, as you know, everybody went absolutely nuts.
Oh yes,
and apart from me. I was house thinking, fuck, you're gonna be fucking. What are you doing all this toilet paper? You're gonna fucking sleep on it.
Well, I never understood that because why toilet paper and rice and pasta? Now, if you're eating lots of rice and pasta, the last thing you're doing is shitting.
Yeah.
You're going to be bunged up.
Hey, flowers more expensive than cocaine on the street here. Unbelievable. You can see them. There's dealers up there now. 2 little bags of flour.
Dealers over the park.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's good. Yeah, so, it is what it is, mate. We've got to live with it at the moment.
We have, and like I said, yeah, just got to do the best. It's just try not to I think people get into the mindset. It's just, oh, I'm going through this, but it's like we're all going through it. And talk. We were lucky enough that we got the internet to talk to each other about it. Like,
my biggest worry about all this is that I know I've got a business, I can do shows and things, but if we come out too early and we hit the peak again, we go down for another 6 months.
Yeah, that's going to be
And the government
Christmas.
actually subsidise, keep on paying for stuff. They probably can't for another 6 months.
I do you know what? I'm with you there. I'm in the same. It's. Yeah, obviously I want out of the lockdown as soon as I can, because I want to try and get back. I want to work. I want to see my girlfriend, and I want to see, I want to see my family, but it is frightening when you think of, well, what else if we do come out too early and the shit hits a fan again, like.
Yeah, what they're proposing with venues now, what we've heard is, let's say you've got 1,000 capacity venues. They're going to limit the capacity to 400. So you've got a big venue. I don't know how, and what they're going to do, they're going to push the onus of the social distancing onto the people.
Yeah.
It's up to them to do it.
And not to the venue, like.
Yeah, rather than the venue, policing it, security.
Oh, no, yeah.
Advise them, but it's totally, it is up to the individual. They have to do it.
I'm with you, yeah. I'm with you there. I think that, and I think that's what it's got to. People have got to take a little bit of responsibility for themselves. If they want things to get back to normal, then don't be a dick, really.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You should do Benny's Babbles. Don't be a dick T-shirt.
Yeah.
Millions.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's about. Is don't be a dick. Like, that's not my. That's my mate Craig saying that. That's what it is. It's just, if you want to do good in life, just don't be a dick. Like.
It's like a lot of people don't understand the social distancing as well. If I'm walking up a path, they all think about miserable. Well, I am a miserable crap. But they all think about even worse, right? If I'm walking up a path with a dog, and I see 2 people walking towards me, I'm like, whoa, fuck it, get back, go on, get back. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm about. Like, get the fuck back. But and people don't get it. They don't get it.
I know I'm laughing, but I know I'm laughing, but it is a serious. But it is though. But I think people just don't understand. I just don't think they understand, because my girlfriend informed me that she was in Asda's, and the same thing happened to her. She could stand in the queue, like 2 meters apart, waiting to go in, and she could feel breathing on the back of her neck. And she turned around, this woman is just standing there, right? Basically, she had a little rucksack on her back. So, and it's just, she's there. And she was like, same as you did, get back. And it's like, but you feel like the dick then for doing things like that, when it's not, the onus is on them, because like, they're being dicks. They're not thinking of the country park. Like I said, it's full of people up and down all day.
Yeah.
You're passing people. It's just, it's madness.
People have to understand, for them to be able to come out and do it, as to survive. Because this can like fucking millions of people out there.
Oh, it could. And I think a lot of it with people is, a lot of people, they don't know anyone this is happened to.
No.
So they can't relate.
Yeah,
it's something happening to other people. It's not something that's happening to them.
Yeah, it's always somebody else. It's like the likes of cancer. It's always somebody else. But if it's a part of your life, your family, fuck me, you'd be fucking walking around with a fucking rubber ring around you.
Yeah. And until that happens, which and touch wood, I hope it doesn't happen to people. Yeah. I hope that that everything has been caught in time, and we can come out of this. And I know we're not going to have normality afterwards. There's going to be lots of changes, but we'll adapt. We'll adapt. You know what I mean? The government got to. I think the government have got to work with the people as well. Like I think everyone's got to work together. They can't just say to you, right, this is what you've got to do. I think they've got to work with the people. Otherwise, people are going to get pissed off. You know what they like?
Yeah. Have you seen the drop in pollution as well? Have you
Oh,
seen the stuff on television?
unbelievable.
It's mind blowing. The
Venice.
seas are blue. Venice, was it dolphins?
Dolphins and jellyfish going around the other to be there to see that it's and not only that, it's proved you don't need, there's everyone complains about the trains and the traffic because they got to go into Cardiff or they got to go into Swansea to work in their office in the tower block.
Yeah,
they can do it from home. That's one thing that this has proved.
Yeah, everything can be done from home.
Unless you're essential to go to but offices you can work from home. That helps as well with your child, bringing up your kids.
Yeah.
And things like that. They need to look at, if they want it to work, they've got to look at things in a completely different way. And, and have hubs local and things like that, so people haven't got to go from Aberdeen to Cardiff and mix. So you know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to be bugger going on holidays, isn't it?
I know. Can you imagine it?
Mind you, I haven't got a passport, so I'm okay. I like just go to festivals in this country, like. But
yeah, there won't be a festival this year.
No, I know. Me and Eggy were talking about it Saturday morning. He's very optimistic about. We go to one in Merthyr Mawr in the sand dunes in the forest, but they called Between the Trees. It's a lovely little festival, and so he's hoping that that'll go ahead. But I nothing's going to go ahead this year. I don't think.
No, I think that shows inside will go ahead. But then if you've got a mass gathering of 20, 30,000 people, it's going to be next summer, at least next summer.
Well, I don't know. It's the same as the London Marathon. No, Emma is supposed to be running that. She's got a place in the London Marathon, and but she's like, well, is it actually going to go ahead? Because if there is another lockdown, obviously if there's another lockdown, it wouldn't go ahead. Yeah. But that many people running close together at the beginning, they're gonna have to rethink the whole concept of it, really.
Yeah. It's mind-boggling if you think too much about it. You
oh yeah. I just think about aliens instead.
But it's got I tell you what's good. It's got a lot of communities back together. It's got talking people. It's fantastic.
No, it is. And we were saying earlier about the having like the internet now, and how easy it is for everyone to communicate with each other. Yeah. I think we are back to being we are lucky in the situation that we are in, in the situation that we're in.
If this was 1985, we'd be doing this over a landline, and you'd be taping it on a tape recorder and selling posting it. That's the way it'd be.
It would have, yeah. It would have. And I would have just been playing it back to my mum. Hey, mum, listen to this interview I done with Aled.
Like stuff in the 80s and 90s used to do. Like Tina, she found all these old posters.
Yeah.
But I used to do the posters in 85, 86 with letter sets. Remember that?
Yeah.
Little stickers, and you scribble the name out so you get the words on.
Yeah.
Posters like that.
Oh my God!
I used to fly posts everywhere. But people still kid. I'm trying to work out how do we let people know? We had radio. We had. I don't know.
It was word of mouth, though, wasn't it? People spoke. I think people's, even though now, we got Facebook and we got Twitter and all these different things. People actually spoke to, because they went to see each other instead.
Yeah.
So you'd have conversations with each other. So you'd say, "Oh yeah," and they'd look forward to. They'd be looking for gigs. Then now they spoiled. They've thrown at them now.
I don't know. I actually love this era we're in now, but I also do how it was before. It was very, very rare. And people should look at flyers, see posters of the bands, and make sure you were there.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can watch a gig online. You haven't got to move.
No, you haven't. You haven't.
Look, I think it's fantastic. Musicians are online. All this live in their living rooms, and some of them are absolutely fucking terrible, man. But I've seen some really bad ones. Like, and it just, I've got to be really polite to a few people. They're sending me messages. And man,
Well, I was thinking of doing that. I was thinking of doing one, and I thought against it because I thought, no, I'll be on the really shit spectrum.
no, I get people messaging me saying, "Man, watch this 8 o'clock show. You don't have to watch it." I'm thinking, fucking Jesus, what's this about? You know, and some of them are absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, honestly, yeah, I've come across some, and it's like, oh, number one, I didn't know that you sang,
Yeah.
and listen to it and be like, wow, yeah,
I watched Bruce Springsteen in his kitchen playing acoustic for 2 hours.
no way.
Fucking blown away with it all. I mean, he was looking down the camera, but he was looking at me. And honestly, God, he was
Well,
looking at
because it's just you and him, innit?
I connected like that with him. I'm a massive Springsteen fan.
I think it was the first week of the lockdown. I watched the Amy Wadge
Yeah,
when she done on Facebook.
he's so talented.
Well, we were supposed to be going to see her that week. We were going to I think it was St David's Hall. We were going to see her, and it was like we were really looking forward to it. And then Stereophonics went ahead, and we were like, "Oh, maybe Amy Wadge will go ahead. We will." And it's like, "No, it's not going to happen." But then she said, "Well, I'll do an online instead." But it was like, yeah, seeing all these artists doing their things, it's yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that Stereophonic show, I remember they had a sleeping for it. But then people don't realise it's not just the band. The band are contracted to do things.
oh yeah.
Because they all put those shows on, not the band. And the band
Yeah.
are absolutely. I totally disagree. It shouldn't have happened. You shouldn't have had 7,000 people per night for 2 nights in Cardiff watching those bands so close together. But then the band just said, we had to do it because we contracted to it.
Well, no, it is, and it's you can't. No, I don't give them any kind of thing of of what they did. It was the week that was started. Nobody really knew what was going on because Boris was being so bloody vague with everything that nobody really like. Is this real or what? Are we allowed out? Like you said, am I allowed out? Am I not allowed out? Because it was so, oh, well, you stay in, you can go see your Uncle Phil if you want, but don't shake his hand. And it was,
It's a real business. But you had 2 weeks of people saying coronavirus. If you got a cough, that's all it was. And then suddenly, bang! It's like you're staying in, and you went
yeah,
a life of doing what you wanted to do to absolutely nothing. And that was within like we came on, didn't he, on TV and said that restaurants, pubs, blah blah blah, closing down on the Friday. It's closing on the Monday, so you have 2 days
yeah,
in the pub, and each of us who's in the restaurant. And for the Monday, it was done, and it was quite surreal to see these places closed.
I know it is like a ghost town. Like I said, I've had to go and get things, so it's. But then I've noticed the last week though, there's far more traffic on the road.
Oh,
Far more
definitely.
traffic on the road, and I think people are starting to go, "Oh, well, hang on, I
Yeah,
don't. There's nothing."
what are we allowed to do? That's the thing, isn't it? There's different
Yeah,
things. Because your B&Qs are opening, and they're like, oh, right, okay. So if that's opening, why is it opening? If you're not allowed to go there?
yeah.
You
Because
know, don't
I
get me
think there
wrong.
was a pub somewhere that they had a lock in, didn't they? And they got
In the Harvard in Swansea, the twats, like,
well.
this week. And
They
they're
should
like,
take their
oh, sorry.
license off her, basically, shouldn't
Yeah,
they?
they're like, oh, it's okay, it's only local, so there's 40 people in there. But then I guess nobody knew, nobody understood it at that stage. We've learned so much, in the last like 3 or 4 weeks. So we're
Yeah,
far more guarded now, and we know exactly to look after ourselves.
yeah,
So
and it's like I said. It's here we go. Younger Corona, everybody. You just coughed. He's just coughed all over his computer now. Look, you're giving your computer a virus now.
The first week I went shopping in the Tesco's, the first week it happened, I went in and I coughed. Honest to God, it's where I've just fucking shot half the people in there. They were diving for fucking cover.
No.
I got a cough.
Yeah. I'm always wheezy because I got sinus problems, and I'm always because I get mucus, and so I cough. And it's the same, yeah. Walking around Tesco's, and because I got like my scarf up as well a little bit, so you're breathing in moisture, and then it's like I'm starting to, and I'm like, no. Honestly, I'm fine. Like I nothing wrong with me. Like my son is working in Tesco's.
You find yourself not trying to cough.
Yeah, and that makes you worse.
And you start like, oh my God, you're fucking dying. I tell you what else I do as well. I don't know if you do this, right? You walk down the street, right? You hold your breath when you pass people. I do. I walk past them, I go.
Mind you, I used to do that before.
It's just something I do.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've sent for if we've all got to wear masks.
Yeah.
I thought, well,
you can imagine.
So no, when the one I wanted, Emma talked me out of. She was like, "Oh, do you really want it?" I was like, "Oh, I could do it." So, but I bought like a smog one because he got his filters on it and everything like that, and but it looks nice so that it's not like a. But it cost me like it didn't cost me that much. I think it was cost me $10 on Amazon.
You see,
but it takes a month to come back.
Have you seen the people who their old retro fucking stuff? There's a guy in these, I'm sure the fact. Remember those old diving costumes in the big dome?
Yeah.
Like that on. And he was lifted up, right? He was bumping into all these fucking fruit event stalls. I was like, I'm thinking, you're right. He said, stay away. I thought, you're in a bubble, mate. You know.
What you want to see now is somebody one of those what they call Zoom balls, those big things. It'd be like the prisoner.
There's always two men. If you sneeze, can you fucking imagine it? How was you going to clean the inside? He'd be drowning in phlegm and spit by the end of the day. It's fucking mental, isn't it?
Everyone, where's that place? It's not Larn. What's the other place? Port Meirion.
Yeah.
Port Meirion.
No.
Everyone in Port Meirion is going down in zoo balls on the beach and everything, like the prisoner. Oh my God!
It's nice. It's nice to have a chat with you.
No, it is. I just bear with me a second. My lady is telling me that she's going to bed.
This is called dead air. You know what to know. This is dead air. You never.
Hang on a minute. Oh, did I just text that to now? Oh yeah. Oh, weird. Yeah, it is dead air. Yeah, but it's well. Who'd have thought? When we came on here, it only took us 25, nearly 30 minutes to get on here with all the things, but it was worth it though.
Virgin Media has been shit up here recently, so I totally blame Virgin Media. My tech skills aren't that good. I'm a bit 1919 dial up myself, but I can scrape through it. But we did trial it, didn't we?
We did. We tried it yesterday, and it worked perfectly. Yeah. We had no problems at all. You came straight in, and it was like, yeah, that works. Right, follow the link tonight.
Unless this is a big setup and you're trying to make me look like a twat. You passed to.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, I think all in all, mate, I reckon September onwards, we're going to be out of this. September, October. I think we're going to be all right for Christmas.
Yeah. I
together and just.
I don't think what we got left. We got another week of the second week. Was it 2 weeks of the second?
2 weeks left of this.
of this left. I
They've
think,
extended furlough until the end of June, haven't they? So
yeah.
that's
So I
another.
think we're talking another 3 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Again, I hope it's not. For lots of people, or if it is, that they relax some aspects, because there are people that can go to work because social distancing is doable,
Yeah.
and just to try and get something back into normalization for people. Otherwise, people are
It
going to
works.
start revolting. Like,
It works in takeaways. You got one person in, you got to wait outside for food, and they all got marks on the floor, and you know where to stand. Shops can do the same.
yeah, they can, and it in fact it should increase employment because they're going to have to employ a few more people
Yeah, yeah.
to do it. And
On a friend like a friend myself, on the doorman, security guards in pubs and stuff, they can actually be there now to do this part of it.
yeah,
It's taking control of social distancing and just making sure that, not smacking them out because they're in the wrong fucking. It can be hard, like, but you just tell them, just
it's just like you said. It's teaching people not to just don't be a dick, and we can all get through this together. Like,
yeah, that is it. Don't be a dick, but
just don't be a dick. We can get through this together if we just work together. Because if we all work together, then we'll get through it quicker. We all want it to get over with. And
my phone is dinging like fuck yeah. I've been saying, what are you doing? Why am I watching you for? Who's this other guy? Isn't that Elvis? A bit like, yeah. No, I mean, it's going to be 2 or 3 months now, and we'll start to see a little bit of normality coming back in, and
yeah.
for that
And
future.
I promised myself after the lockdown, when we're allowed back out, like you invite me to so many gigs, and I go, yeah, I'll come to, yeah, I'll come. And I'm usually not actually doing anything.
Yeah,
I'm just being lazy, really, because when I get home from work, I come home from work and I take my shoes off, I sit down, and it's like, and then it's like, oh, I can't be asked to go anyway now, unless it's down the road. But I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come to some more gigs to see you.
you have to get angry with it because he used to love his old 80s stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Because this is why we get on so well. We got so many things that we got in common, and it's sort of
I tell you what,
it's yeah.
a nice little venue up your way, Jackson Aberdeen.
Oh, it is. It's a great little venue.
I'm starting doing bands. Unfortunately, I got one booked in for July, so that's not going to happen. But I'll definitely say because it's just fantastic the layout there, the way they got bands staying upstairs, and the people working are fantastic.
Oh,
It's a lovely venue.
it is. It's a proper little community there.
Yeah,
Even the people that go there as well, they feel a part of. Oh, this is our place, like, because and it's looked after. There's never any trouble there, and you can go to the toilets and they clean.
yeah, I know. I don't hear that. But, you go to some gigs. I do gigs in some places. I don't know. In fact, I prefer shit on my hands than fucking than shit in toilets. Like.
talking Talking about going to shit places, you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Where the toilets are frightening to go to, and then I had to. Where am I going to change? Where am I going to change? Oh, right, yeah. Hang on, I'll find out now. If we come downstairs, come down these, open these things where you're in a cellar where the floor looks like it's been dug up and there's 100 bodies underneath somewhere.
And the Duke
The
is
Duke.
historic. It, I, it's if it was in America, it'd be like CBGBs. It's a
Oh
part of
God, yeah. I
nothing
don't
to
understand how we're still standing because it looks like it's burnt down, and then they just decided to bring new beer in and just carry on trading. But it's got such character to it.
They claim there's nothing been on tap in the Duke since 1988.
There's nothing because it's all cans.
It's Red Stripe, an energy boom, special VAT. And
Well,
I remember a long time ago, I was in there and told the landlord, these girls were going around and it was quite posh. And oh, no, let's see his pub. So they went in there, they thought, oh, this is this character. They were like, so bad, Tony girls, used to with the stilettos and stuff. And they said, can we have a bottle of Prosecco? So he used to go, hold on, girls, hold on. So 2 days later, they came up. He said, yeah, Lukey Brown, if you don't like it, you can fuck off. And that's how it is, mate. And that the bands that played in it, Stereophonics played there years ago.
Yeah, no, I that's the thing, and because it's a integral part of Neath Comedy Festival as well, isn't it?
That's it. I remember
And
you sang the Minder theme in a cappella to me in there as a band, remember?
we did. That's right. Yeah. And I stopped halfway through my set and done a magic trick.
Yeah, like Paul James's Neath Comedy Festival. That's phenomenal. It's just amazing the way he works in every single year. Of course, you won't be done if you be this year because
No, but
you know.
I got a lot of time for Paul. Now, me and Paul, as I don't know if you've seen Paul lately, but just before Christmas, we started making a film together. I wrote a film, but it's only a short film. It's about 10 minutes long, and then we finished it after Christmas. But we've got to get it edited. But we were supposed to have started editing the week of the lockdown, but obviously but we're going to try a way of doing it via Zoom or something because we can link pages. So we're going to try and get it done because we wanted it out for Easter, but.
Yeah.
He's got a starring role in my little movie, and I've also got quite a famous actor in TV in it as well, playing his dad. Now he's in. Do you remember what was it called now on BBC One? Set in Aberystwyth. It was a police drama. Hinterland.
Oh yeah, that was massive.
Yeah, he was in Hinterland, and he's in this one with Faith. Keeping Faith, is it?
Oh yeah.
With Eve Miles.
Oh yeah, that's some good nice girl, Eve Miles.
Yeah, and he's in that as well. One of the main actors in that. And he was kind enough to offer his services to me, and he said, "I'll play that part, you get." And I was like, "What? What?" He goes, "Yeah." He said, "I like the part." He said, "I wouldn't mind." He said, "I'll play that for you." So I'm quite eager to get it finished.
Yeah, Paul is a very talented individual. He's a teacher, didn't he? So
Yeah.
It's so good. It's
Well,
although he did there's a story, if you know. He did a charity show for me, many years ago in the local rugby club. And it was all my family there. It was for a church, right? Okay, no problems. So the two bands there. Paul James comes up. He was all right. He was quite cool, calm and collected. Until he brought up the joke. He said, right, what happens when you go when I go on tour now and I sit down when I'm wank in the hotel room and there's no toilet paper there, there's no thing. But guaranteed God will help you. The Bible is there to wank into. And I was just sat there and I could feel like the 300 people looking at me and just the vicar in the back was just like in flames coming the back of my head. And that's the good thing about Paul. He doesn't care.
Oh no! Oh well, you remember?
Ricky Gervais has molded himself on Paul James.
Yeah. Well, I was saying to him, hopefully, once we've done this film, I've got an idea of carrying on the characters kind of thing, because I could see Paul carrying off, having his own little sitcom.
Yeah.
Of someone that is trying his best, and he's is I think he's got the personality for it. So I wouldn't mind sitting down with him because he spoke. Do you know Carlos Manueli?
Yeah.
Well, we've been the two of them now have hooked up, so they've been talking. So but after all this, I wouldn't mind us all sitting down and writing a sitcom together, and just call it Paul.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember he compared a show that you did in Bristol Fair, The Big Day Out, and he was saying, "What's your? Well, I'll give him nothing for you. Just give me a few bottles of red wine."
Oh.
right? But I said, yeah, no problem. So I give him 6 bottles of red wine, right? Worst fucking week of my life. He'd sumped 3 of them in the first fucking hour, right? And,
He was steaming by the time we arrived.
yeah, and you were headlining. So his introduction actually lasted 3/4 of the way through your first song. We found him 6.5 hours later, collapsed, broken arm, no shoes, half a trousers, lying on the main electric cable of the building. He's an absolute hero, man. He's fun stories, and he's another avid Neath fan again. So he's a big supporter of Neath Rugby. There's a lot of after dinner speaking in Neath Rugby Club.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, I got him on my list of people to get on the show and talk to, because he's got so many. Like I said, he's got so many stories that he can tell. He's Wales' very own Johnny Vegas.
He is, isn't he?
Yes, yeah.
He is. He's fantastic. Lovely guy. Like.
I do. I love him. And again, we've come on to Paul. Without Paul, we wouldn't have met.
That's why Paul, Nigel, and myself did the Speakeasy Cabaret Club. Remember, it was you guys headlining. There was
Without even seeing us.
Bill, who was in his 80s, doing a swing.
Yeah.
We had pole dancers, burlesque dancers, and Nigel doing jazz. It was quite a surreal.
And did you have a comedian as well?
Yeah, we had.
What was his name from Cardiff?
Was it Dan? Was it Dan?
Dan Mitchell.
Dan Mitchell, yeah, Dan did as well. Like.
That's right.
That was a good night. It was.
That's right, because Paul was comparing it, wasn't he?
Yeah, with the zoot suit on.
Yeah.
With the zoot suit on, yeah. That Pontenauer Art Centre, that's a lovely venue.
It is a beautiful venue. It's just if you could pick it up and move it to a more populated area, you'd be laughing.
I know, that's the only thing, because it's so far out of anywhere.
But it is gorgeous. Well, I think the week before, didn't you have Ed Edmondson there?
Right, Nigel, Ed Edmondson, Black Shepherds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely venue. There's so many nice venues in Wales that, you know, there's so many independent venues out there at the moment, which is great.
Yeah.
We use the Pat Pavilion in Swansea as a main venue at the moment.
Still haven't played there yet.
Listed building. I would sort that out if you listed building, absolutely beautiful inside. Bands actually start asking to come back and play there, which doesn't happen.
No.
So like we've got Phil Campbell and the Bastards there now in November, and they specifically asked to come and play there. So you know, it does make a difference.
Well, it's got a bit of a history to it as well, see, hasn't it? With iconic bands playing it over the years. So it's doing gigs in there is awesome.
Yeah, it's really good, very good.
Well, dude, we started an hour and a half ago. You the first half hour you spend trying to get online, but we got through it though. We got through it, then we got you online, and we've been yapping for an hour.
Jesus, I thoroughly enjoyed myself, mate.
Oh yeah, no, thank you for coming on as well. It's been
I know anything you do, it will be a massive success.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, this is something that I've decided to do because of the lockdown, and I thought it was much harder than it was, but watching YouTube, which is what I do a lot, I found out, hang on a minute, you can do this much easier.
I expect to see you on E4 now in about 2 years' time. I can see it.
QVC, you mean?
I need a piss because otherwise I'm about to piss myself.
Yeah, same here. I'm going to do the same. Right then, I shall speak to you soon. So you log off, and I'll say good night to everyone, and then I'll speak to you soon.
All right, cheers, buddy. Ta-ra, bye.
Ta-ra. Oh, thanks very much to everyone that's tuned in to today's show. Aled Lewis, one of my heroes, really. He's a great guy. I know we had trouble at the beginning getting online and everything, but we got there. we got there eventually. So I should be back on Tuesday evening about, I think I said it was about 9:30 in the evening, where I'll be talking to Chris Davis. Look forward to seeing you guys there. Hang on. What's that coming up on the screen there? That shouldn't have been there. I shall see you all on Tuesday, and have a great day, everyone.